Hey there, greetings. I'm Marina Ormes, and this is your Astro Vibe for Saturday, September 3rd. Today, we are talking about choosing the best beliefs on a Sagittarius first quarter moon, how to go about choosing the best beliefs, and first quarter moon challenges us. And Sagittarius is about beliefs. So that's why we have the topic we have today. A first quarter moon is when the moon is half full. We look up in the sky, and if you're in the northern hemisphere, the curve of the moon fits in your right hand. That means it's waxing or getting bigger each night. It's opposite if you're in the southern hemisphere. So I won't confuse you with that, but if you're in the northern hemisphere, curve of your right hand matches up with the curve of the moon, and that means it's waxing. So when we are waxing, we have the first quarter, which is when it's half full. And the waxing moon is building. It's trying new things. It's putting yourself out there, and it's about being active in the world, engaging with the world, engaging with yourself, and self-discovery. So putting it out there and trying new things through your choices, your actions. And when the moon is in Sagittarius, as it is today, we have a focus on beliefs, on the things that help us organize our thinking about reality. And that can include a belief set of beliefs or a belief system. It can also be the narrative that is being told, the story that we're abiding by, the story we're believing, the story we're telling. As we know, in recent years, we've had with Neptune and Pisces, right? We've had this theme going on of illusion and delusion and confusion and literally lies being told to create reality because I said so, right? Like if I repeat the lie often enough, it becomes the truth, which is itself a kind of confusion and delusion. But what we've got today is this energy of looking at what it is we are, what it is we believe, and how we understand our framework, the things that we think, the ways we understand what's happening, the story that's being told. And something is coming in today with this energy of the first quarter moon, which just means that the sun and the moon are in a 90-degree angle relationship with each other. That's for any two planets in astrology. When they're in a 90-degree relationship, we have what's called a square, and squares bring challenges. So that challenge happens every time there is a half moon, and we have something that is a roadblock, a conflict, a challenge, a frustration, a difficulty of some sort that is its purpose is asking us to step up, to discover a new way through, to think creatively, to think outside the box, to shift our consciousness, and to take the wheel and steer things in the direction we want them to go. As we do this work and notice that things that are coming up in our lives that feel challenging or frustrating are actually there for a purpose. They're asking us to make a decision about where we stand. And perhaps, for example, in the theme of beliefs, there could be a conflict that shows up in your life that's asking you to make a choice between this belief or that belief. This person's version or that person's version. It could be asking you to decide where you stand. It could be asking you to look at things in a different way, to solidify your own beliefs, to ask yourself, what is my thinking? Where did that thinking come from? And what's important to me about how I think about this? And what is the story I'm telling? What are my beliefs? How is the narrative being shared? What is the story being told? So that is our theme for today. The moon, of course, moves pretty quickly through the zodiac, and it also forms squares and oppositions with other planets, as it is doing today with Mars. So actually, early this morning, Pacific time, the moon is passing through an opposition to Mars, where it is bringing tension or a pull in different directions about action versus thinking. And so action in the form of ideas, of course, with Mars in Gemini, we're looking at the theme of ideas and thinking, and where we need to be proactive about our thinking, our ideologies, our problem solving approaches. So feeling pulled by our beliefs on the one hand, and our need to act on our current thinking, or maybe a need to challenge our current thinking or our actions based on past thinking. So kind of that pull in two different directions between beliefs and how we're taking action based on ideas, where that needs to be updated, where it needs to be reevaluated, where we need to look at how we're doing that, and what are the reasons behind it? What's the basis for which we are taking action or doing the things we're doing or making the choices we're making? Because there might be some rethinking needed around that, or some choices made to step into higher possibility. We also have today, we've got another opposition going on, and that's with Mercury forming an opposition to Jupiter. So Mercury's in Libra. It's actually going to be going retrograde in a few days, and I will be talking more about Mercury retrograde and what the upcoming Mercury retrograde cycle is going to look like. I'll be talking about that in depth tomorrow, so definitely come back and hang with me for that. But today it's passing through this exact opposition to Jupiter. Again, themes of thinking and beliefs. Jupiter is about where we put our faith, our trust, our optimism, our hope. And is it being placed in the right places? Again, these questions are coming up about thinking versus ideas versus beliefs, versus how we frame things, and asking us to look at that, and where we are framing our stories, our understanding, our beliefs, whether that is doing the best job it could, right? Whether it's really serving the highest possible outcomes. Is there something that we need to change or look at or reevaluate about the way we are thinking about things, and how we believe, or what we believe about what we are working on. So look at your thinking, look at your assumptions, your paradigm. What is your framework, and where does that perhaps need a little tweaking, or at least looking at from that bigger picture perspective to think about whether it needs to be different in any way. And so, an example would be if you're working on a creative project and you are going, right? You're in like tunnel vision of this mode of moving forward on something, and you have to stop doing the forward momentum to take a look at that bigger picture of what is your thinking. And it almost might mean undoing or stopping some forward movement that you are doing to look at whether your system is the best system, to look at whether the way you are thinking about it is the most fruitful, most productive. So I don't know if that was a specific enough example, but that's what I've got right now. So so thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know if you have any questions, what you want to hear more from me about, because I've got tons to share, and happy to talk about what is interesting to you. Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for all your likes and comments and support of my work. I really appreciate it. And check me out at astrologyheals.com. Learn more about what I do. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.